Most people think that Main Street, USA is just a walk down memory lane, but it's actually the first chapter in Disneyland's story, and it's written in graphic design. I'm David Block, and welcome back to Designed in the Wild. In a recent episode, we looked at how visual hierarchy works across the entire park. And in today's episode, we are focusing in on just one land, Main Street, USA. This is where the first of Disneyland's many stories begins, and it's told through two key principles of hierarchy and emphasis. The train station does a great job of setting the location. Its bold Disneyland lettering dominates the skyline, establishing importance right away. Walt wanted this to feel like his hometown of Marceline, like an idealized version of small-town America. He wanted you to visit a place of trust and community before the park asks you to believe in fantasy. The tunnels under the railroad station mark the moment that you leave the real world, and the attraction posters are like vintage travel ads, showing the adventures that are waiting in the lands ahead. The bold, colorful illustrations are meant to grab your attention first, and that's a great example of emphasis. I can still remember being 5 years old in 1973 and walking through these tunnels for the first time. Seeing these posters made me want to run to every corner of the park. It wasn't until much later as a designer that I realized emphasis and hierarchy were doing the real work, pulling my eye to the big picture first and then to the details. As soon as you step into Town Square, you'll notice City Hall on the left with its big serif lettering trimmed in gold because it's meant to feel official. Next door, the firehouse uses the same bold block style, making it easy to spot in case of an emergency. And across the way, the Opera House has a giant marquee with gold trim letters that make sure you notice it right away. Even the horse-drawn streetcars use hanging signage with some of the fonts emphasized to be easily read across the street. It's the graphic design that we see all down the street that's convincing us the town is alive, as we see emphasis and hierarchy not only on storefronts but also in the details of the street, from vehicles to signage, all working together. On Main Street, the largest signs that you see, the Disneyland, the Opera House, the Disney Showcase, the Emporium, and the City Hall, they all stand as the town landmarks. And so the smaller painted details are just there to support and guide, but not compete with the larger names. As you move down Main Street, the design shifts to feel more like a neighborhood. Each shop has its own lettering style. Some use decorative scripts, others bold serif type, but they're arranged so the street still feels balanced. The Emporium stands out with the largest, boldest lettering because it's the anchor store. Smaller shops use more modest types so that they don't overpower the big names. That's hierarchy once again, design telling you what to notice first. Each shop feels like it has its own personality, like you could walk in and meet the owner, and emphasis is what gives them that character. Using different typefaces together really only works when you set a hierarchy to create an order so that you can use emphasis to point out the things that you want to grab attention first. And that's hierarchy in action. That's where your eye is drawn to what is most important. And that is the shops and signs at street level, and the details above and even the castle towers in the distance sort of fade back and complete the illusion. Walking down Main Street, you notice right away that no two shops look alike. The Emporium stretches across the block with big gold-trimmed letters. The cinema announces itself with bold marquee type. And the Market House uses a quieter serif on a crimson-red panel. But when night falls and the lights come on, the whole street competes for your attention. Each sign emphasizes itself differently, and hierarchy is what keeps it all balanced so that Main Street remains believable. And that is the lesson. Design principles are what make the story work. Emphasis points your eye to what matters first, and that creates a hierarchy, the order of everything that you see next. Join me next time as we continue to uncover Disneyland's hidden design stories right here on Designed in the Wild. I'm not just a graphic designer and a high school teacher, I am also an author. I wrote a book called The Dragon Codex, Quest for the Relics of Design. This is a great story about 3 young dragons who have to learn graphic design to save the world from creative destruction. It's a book for young adults, and it's a story about family, it's a story about friendships, and a story about finding your place in the world. Pick up a copy today. I know you'll love it.